Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys could join us once again. For those tuning in on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, as well as on Instagram, we're glad to have you all with us. We're about to connect with our friends over on Amazon so we can introduce our guests. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys do put those in the chat. We do have the chat open on all the platforms, so we'd love to be able to hear from you because we have a first timer that's joining us here on the platform. I'm excited about being able to share it with you. And we're now live on the Amazon Live platform with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button. You'll see it either here in this corner or down below. We're excited to welcome recording artist Kyros to our broadcast today. We're going to talk to Kyros not only about his love of music, but also what it's been like for him to see the response to his music as well. I got a chance to be introduced to him thanks to Instagram, his single, I've Been Here Before. We're going to talk to him about that, let you guys know how to stay connected with him, as well as how to support the music. Kyros, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Look, the pleasure is definitely all mine. I was just saying to you before we went live here, Kyros, that this really shows the power of the internet when used in a good way, right? I was able to discover your music on Instagram as other people have as well. What has that been like for you, Kyros, to be able to share your music and to see the way that people are responding to it?
A lot better than I anticipated. Of course, you hope for a great response, but you just never know going in, especially with something new. But I've been getting such a great response. It's been so encouraging and motivating. So I'm going all the way with it.
And what I love about it too, Kyros, is that you've been able to share your journey with the world too. You're able to do that on IG as well because you, like, a lot of us have gone through different challenges in life, but you have not given up. What has that been like for you to see the connection people have made with your personal story that you're sharing?
Yeah, man, it brings out the stories in other people too when they start hearing about the things that I've been able to overcome, and it helps them connect with anything that I do more, but especially with the music and things that I say. So when people connect the story and the things that I've overcome with my words, and they can relate and connect, and we all have this connection that it's really amazing.
Yeah,
it's really amazing.
Sure. So let's go back a little bit. As I mentioned, I discovered you on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, hello to you, Jacqueline. Good to be able to see you over there on IG. Hello to you, Pursuit Properties as well. Good to be able to see you as well. When did you realize that music was that thing for you, Kyros, that you wanted to do, that you wanted to be able to share with the world?
Man, I've been wanting to share for many years. I started music when I was 11 years old. I'm 33 now. I started playing the guitar. I used to do open mics. I would open for some bands locally when I was like 19, 20. But then I went through something a little bit tragic when I was 20. I was part of a community, the Jehovah's Witness community, and I got disfellowshipped. That flipped my world upside down. So I actually didn't play music at all. No singing, no guitar playing for a few years. I lost the connection with it. It hurt too much. So it wasn't until maybe a few years ago I started picking the guitar up again. I started singing a lot more, started writing. It was towards like the end of me being in active addiction that I started picking up the guitar and writing more. It helped me process a lot of things. But then recently, I went through some, going through life, you go through things. So you start thinking, I lost some friends. I lost my grandparents, some other loved ones, heartbreak. And so in the last, that happened like about 6 months ago, I went through kind of a heartbreak. It was just another thing in life that just made me say, like, I really need to pursue my talent. So I kept getting all these signs. And one day, about a month ago, I just finally decided, okay, I'm going to start putting it out. So it's been an ongoing thing, my love for music and knowing that I wanted to really do something with it. But it wasn't until about 6 months ago or a month ago that I decided to actually pursue it.
That's interesting, Kyros, because I hear people say, especially people like myself who may not actually produce music or, actually make music. We talk about how music kind of helped us get through things. What was it like for you to realize, the therapy that music was giving you in that process?
Oh man, that's like one of the best parts. So like there's been nights where, going through stuff, couldn't sleep, couldn't get my head straight. I could not get myself to feel good. And this was really post-addiction. You don't have the drugs to make you feel better. So you got to find a different way. Mm-hmm. So I found that in those late nights when I would write about what's hurting me or whatever I'm feeling and turn it into something that felt really good, then I felt good about my misery. I was like, wow, I can take this pain and turn it into something that makes me feel great. Man, other people need to hear this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a powerful thing. It really shows the power of music. So, I think, for all of us that are, I tell people there's a big difference in being on social media and actually using social media. How did your desire to share your music, how did that change the way you were using social media?
Good question. So I use social media in the way that I use it when I was doing fitness really pro. I don't know if you know anything about bodybuilding, but I've been ranked top 5 in the world as a natural bodybuilder in the IFBB.
Gotcha.
In all that, I was pursuing fitness, done really well, hired a lot of coaches to help teach me about social media. All of those things I learned, instead of putting it towards fitness, I decided to now put it towards music with social media. So, and just seeing how other artists are able to grow their following, I've just kind of taken how they do it and adapted it to me and my story.
Wow. It's amazing. And, it's one thing I think for all of us, you and I were talking briefly. This was our first time we actually had a chance to talk outside of IG. And I was sharing with you about, my career, prior to Amazon and what I've been doing with Amazon. And along the way, I've discovered new people, of course, outside of Mississippi where I live. Who I've been able to interact with. Talk to us about that experience for you. I mean, here I am in Mississippi. You're there, in Texas. What's it been like for you to hear from people outside of your general vicinity about how they're enjoying your music?
It's amazing. It's really amazing, especially with just the power of social media. How man, across worlds can listen to you, connect with you, and the world is so big, but social media has allowed it to become so much smaller. And it's eye-opening to know that you have that ability to be able to create a fan base with your music. Like really anybody can do it as long as you start pursuing it with that social media. But being able to create those connections with people everywhere, it's motivating, honestly. It's motivating to find it, because there are times where you feel like you're alone in what you're going through, or that no one's there to really connect. But then I start putting some of this stuff out and people start talking like, wow, there are millions of people who need to hear this. So it's been amazing.
And what's interesting too, Kyros, is that for yourself, you're going to get more into the original music, like singles like I've Been Here before, but you also do covers too. What has that connection been like for you to share other songs and other artists that you've appreciated that you want to be able to let other people know about?
One, it feels good for me to perform and sing because I like the song, but also it's familiar to other people. And, I'm new in the social media space with music, so people don't really know me. People know me in fitness, but they don't really know me in music.
Gotcha.
So for me, covers is a great way for me to connect with other people with familiarity, so they can start saying like, oh, I love that song. I connect to that too. And then when I put my story on top of it, they're like, wow, that song has a whole new meaning now. So being able to make those connections and get people to know that I can sing, and that take that familiarity, and eventually I want people to start asking for more originals, which they already are. But I want to keep building this so that people can want to hear more of my story.
I'm going to share my screen with our audience, Kyros, so they can be able to see your IG page for those who may not be joining us actually on IG, so they can get an idea of what they can find there. So for you guys who are joining us on social, you'll see his name is I am Kyros _. You guys can see there. But on this particular post he made just a few days ago, Kyros, the caption said, "I've turned the pain into purpose, and the voice you hear now is proof. If you feel this, follow the journey." And that's exactly what people are doing. This is one of those covers you did. I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Of course, Elvis Presley. Of course, for our audience on the screen, one thing they'll notice on a lot of your posts, you talk about some of the things you've overcome. Has it been easy for you to give yourself a pat on the back, Kyros, as to what you have overcome and what you have achieved up until this point?
When it comes to the addiction, yeah, because I tried so hard and for so long to quit, and I couldn't. I mean, it was 3 years for me. That was a long time. There are people who go through it way longer. But in that whole 3 years, I tried to stop. And when I finally did, I went through overdosing, waking up in the hospital. So after all that, when I finally broke free, it was the most liberating feeling. I just felt free, And I, even to this day, I'm still proud of the fact that I made it. Also because family are proud. They're happy I'm here, you know. So I give myself huge pats on the back. You know, I got a beautiful son. I'm here to be able to be present with him. Yeah, it's easy for me to give myself pats on the back and say, "Hey, you did this," and to keep that strength within me.
Right. Well, the song that's available for our audience to be able to hear is "I've Been Here Before." Talk to them about the single, Kyros.
Yeah. I wrote that years back whenever I was struggling with falling back into old ways. So, you know, that's what it's about, my personal struggle with it. But you can relate it to really any struggle that you're trying to overcome or trying not to fall back into old habits or relationships, anything that is toxic to your life. That's what that song's about. And, you know, even now when I listen to it, it's just a great reminder of the reality that those struggles are real, but you can also process it. You can also feel it and move on.
Yeah. Sherry on IG says, salute to your sobriety. Thank you so much for watching, Sherry. And I see you guys coming in over there on the Amazon side as well. You guys have any questions or comments for Kyros, make sure you guys put those in the comment section. And we will be letting you guys know how to stay connected with him. As I mentioned, he is on IG. That's how he and I connected. We'll also let you guys know how to be able to support the music too. So Kyros, let's talk about what's coming up, because, you know, as you're being able to share, of course, I know you're continuing to make music. What should our audience be on the lookout for?
There'll be some more covers. And I'm gonna start putting out maybe one original every other month right now. So it's gonna be a slow, because I want to keep doing covers for a little bit. I want to keep finding people who are familiar with songs and build a fan base through that, and just sprinkling, because, you know, it's social media. You got to kind of follow what's happening with it, and that way it can grow. And actually, right now, my Elvis songs are like killing it, especially on TikTok. And it's a largely older audience, which in the long term, you know, I want to cater to. I'm multi-genre. I have songs where I'm rapping. I can scream. I can sing like Elvis. So I want to blend all of that together and have a wide range of an audience. But right now, I have a little bit of an older audience because they're taken to the Elvis songs really well and they love the story. I'm finding the older audience, they can relate to it more because of significant others, children, their own stories. Younger people are relating to it, but not as deep of a level as some of the older people right now. So that's the direction that it's going. I think I love singing in the crooner style, like Elvis, Unchained Melody. I love singing like that. So I'm kind of capitalizing on the fact that I'm initially having an older audience, and so I'm going to sing more songs like that. Got some more Elvis covers coming. And then eventually I'll start doing some like Louis Capaldi, some like stuff for new age, and kind of show that vocal range too.
Awesome. Well, it gives us our audience something to be able to look forward to. Again, everyone, recording artist Kyros has been our guest. Been great talking with you, Kyros, man, about the music. So glad I connected with you on IG. Again, we want to remind our audience how they can be able to do that too. I'm going to share my screen again for you guys so you guys can be able to get the IG handle. For those of you joining us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and on YouTube, you'll find it actually in the notes for this section. But again, it's I am Kyros. It's KYROS_ is where you guys can be able to follow him on IG. If you guys are on my IG page and you're watching the replay of this, we'll have him tagged and collab there as well. Kyros, is that the best place for them to be able to stay connected on IG?
Yep, IG. And then from there, you have links for other social media. So yeah, that'll be the best place.
Awesome. Well, man, congratulations to you. Looking forward to our next chat together, man.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Glad to have you. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.